The first time they accused me of falsifying my medical credentials, I assumed it was a mistake. The second time my surgical privileges were suspended. The third time my name disappeared from the national registry, and security escorted me out of the hospital I had helped build. The man leading the investigation was my mentor. The same professor who once introduced me as the future of cardiac surgery. That's when I understood. This wasn't an error. It was erasure. My name is Dr. Eleanor Shaw. Cambridge trained. 12 years of spotless surgical records. I earned every title attached to my name. Until an anonymous complaint claimed my certifications contained discrepancies. Within 48 hours my patients were reassigned, my access badge deactivated, and colleagues avoided eye contact in the corridors. The board announced a formal review. Professor Martin Caldwell stood at its center, calm and deeply concerned. The evidence looked convincing. Altered registry numbers, a supposed gap in my fellowship year, official screenshots. It was precise. Too precise. Because anyone at my level knows credentials are easily verified. No experienced surgeon would risk everything on something so simple to expose. Unless the verification system itself had been manipulated. 3 months earlier, I had blocked approval of a new cardiac device contract worth £38 million. The supplier had strong ties to Caldwell. The device passed minimum trials but barely. I refused to authorize its use without extended safety data. I submitted a formal risk memo. The board overruled me. Days later, the complaint about my credentials appeared. Instead of defending myself publicly, I audited the accusation quietly. Through a contact in NHS Digital Compliance, I requested back-end logs for the certification database. What we found changed everything. My credentials had not been permanently altered. They were overwritten for exactly 47 minutes, long enough for screenshots to be taken, then restored. Surgical manipulation. Controlled and intentional. Even better, the system logged administrator access. The overwrite originated from a secure internal terminal restricted to senior leadership. One of those accounts belonged to Caldwell. Rather than confront him privately, I requested a formal board hearing. Public. Recorded. Attended by executives and regulators. He agreed immediately, confident I couldn't prove intent. On the day of the hearing, Caldwell spoke first. He framed it as patient safety. Institutional responsibility. A difficult but necessary investigation. He sounded disappointed, not accusatory, which made it more damaging. When it was my turn, I didn't argue. I projected the server logs. Timestamped overwrite. Admin credential ID. Terminal location traced to his office wing. A murmur spread across the room. He called it a technical glitch. Then I presented the second file. Procurement emails confirming the £38 million device contract had been finalized 3 days after my suspension, signed solely by him. My dissenting memo had been removed from the final submission. Silence thickened. Then I introduced the final piece, a recorded conversation voluntarily submitted during an ethics review. Caldwell's voice was unmistakable. Once she's removed, the resistance disappears. The room shifted instantly. Board members who had avoided my gaze now stared at him. The investigation pivoted in real time. His administrative access was suspended pending review. That's when I did something unexpected. I didn't ask for my position back. I demanded structural reform, independent credential monitoring, multi-point database verification, and external oversight for device approvals. And I proposed leading a new surgical ethics division. They voted unanimously. Not because they admired me. Because documentation leaves no room for denial. Within weeks, Caldwell resigned. An external inquiry uncovered procurement irregularities tied to multiple hospitals. The device rollout was frozen. Patients were protected. The whispers stopped. Not because I proved I was innocent, but because I proved someone else was intentional. I returned to surgery stronger, not louder. I used to think revenge meant humiliation. Now I understand its precision. Its patience. It's knowing the system better than the person trying to weaponize it against you. They tried to erase my credentials. But in medicine, every incision leaves a trace. And I never cut without purpose.